It's finally time. After several videos of building up your strength, we're going to go face Starscourge Radahn. Beating this giant hulking berserk is a crucial step in our guide, as it unlocks a whole new underground area where we'll get what I consider to be the strongest spirit summon in the game. In order to start the Radahn festival, we need to activate the first great lift, which requires a medallion. If you're following along the video series, you should already have the location for the first piece in Fort Fareth. If not, visit my how to get 100,000 runes video to acquire the first location. In short though, there is a teleporter behind the Third Church of Marika, and then it's a bit of a trek from there. Now you're here, we're going to go inside this tiny little fort and run past the swarm of bats, as they will probably destroy us. Head up the ladder and open a chest. There you go, first medallion piece. But we're not actually done here. Jump down the ledge and head up some small stairs on the right. Drop down the hole and do a 180. Grab the runes that is on the body and then jump past a small rat to get to a wooden platform. Around the corner is a giant rat and another small rat. Avoid them as best you can and drop down. Here is a fantastic early game talisman, Radahn Sorceal, which will provide you with some extra strength, dexterity, vigour and endurance at a cost of a small increase in damage taken. It's highly worth it in my opinion. The next piece of the medallion is in a fort called Fort Height West, which we'll be revisiting later in this video. In order to get here, go back to the Third Church of Marika and head straight south as far as you can. Eventually you'll reach Fort Height West. Slaughter your way through all the enemies while making your way up the stairs on the left. At the top here will be a large knight who will drop a very useful blood Art of War, which can come in helpful for a lot of dual Uchi Katana users or other regular Smithstone weapon users. After the knight, head up the ladder in the tower, and there's the other medallion piece. Next, we're going to go back to the Magic Academy main entrance, but instead of going into the academy, turn around and go through the other seal to enter a new area. Follow the path until you reach a church for a free sacred tier. Further down the path are some catapults and an encampment filled with mobs. Run past them all and up the stairs and you'll arrive at the grand lift. Head on up, skip the cutscenes or watch them if you want. Once you're finished, head immediately out and to the left for a grace. This just helps you in the future so you don't have to go through the cutscenes again. Next we're heading all the way down to a castle on the southeast side of Caelid. There's a teleporter at the bridge before you enter the castle, which will save you a lot of time going round. Head up the stairs and on the right is a grace. Now enter the festival grounds and speak to the organizer to get things started. Behind the organizer is a lift that goes down to Radahn's arena. This fight is extremely difficult, especially at this level. Take the teleporter and immediately run straight and touch the 3 summon signs. Now head over to the next group over on the right. At this point I like to get Torrent out and I sprint up to the left to the next group of summon signs. Work your way up the hill while trying to activate as many signs available to you and also dodging Radahn's attacks. Eventually the NPCs would have reached Radahn and he'll enter melee phase. Wait until he's finished an attack and get a smack or 2 on him from the back. Back away so you don't get hit and then just repeat this until he launches himself into the air. Now you should separate yourself out from NPCs and try avoid getting hit by his meteor phase. Do note, if this hits you, you are probably going to die. Once he's landed, try get some more hits off of him and eventually he'll go down. I've heard people say that the NPCs are actually resummonable, but I didn't need to do it for this fight. This actually took me 3 or 4 tries in this character, so I didn't do it first time, but even so I consider that actually really quite impressive, considering how early game we actually are as far as levels. I think we beat him around level 45, but I can't actually remember. But I think anywhere between 40 and 50 at this point, you'll probably be okay. With Radahn dead, we can now obtain the Mimic's tier. Head back to Fort Height West and all of a sudden there's a hole in the ground. Slowly head down the hole and don't fall to your death. Drop down the runes and slowly make your way across the rooftops while trying to avoid being shot. Eventually you'll reach a second set of ruins where you can once again jump down and grab the grace. Head out into the courtyard while looting all the plants that you can. These are ghost gloveworts and will be used to strengthen your mimic. Head through the gap in between the buildings and head towards the fog gate. Clear out the mobs before it so you can safely remove all your armor and weapons. Once you've done this, enter the boss arena to see a slime take on your character's current form. Once they've fully spawned in, you can re-equip your weapon and kill yourself. Grab the grace and fully re-equip your gear before heading down the bridge. Eventually you'll come to an opening. Run towards the singing lady and pass her on the left. Here is the last grace before your mimic. Jump across the roofs and take care once again not to fall. After the silver tears, you'll need to run across a partially destroyed pillar and through a window. Grab the whetstone blade before continuing towards the fog gate. Spend one stone sword key to unlock it and kill the priest inside. Open the chest and there you have your mimic's tier. The next video I make will be going over how to upgrade your tier to plus 10 or as high as we can get it early. If this video helps at all, please consider liking, commenting and subscribing. Thank you.